1990 motherfucking one. NWA back in this motherfucker, yo. Taking out all you commercialized ass niggas. And we on this laid back track. And we doing this one kinda smooth. So what you gonna do, Drake? Kick it.
And so on, let the shit flow on. Because I need something to go off on. The motherfucking DRE serving a death wish. So I'ma hit you like this. Early in the morning, hop into the BNZ. I got 44 ways of getting paid.
Hey, this is reviews from the cutting room floor, where we look at some of the most notable movies from 2015, and we see what's good and what maybe should have been cut out. Today we're looking at Straight Outta Compton. I'm Makoto Kamau, and this is our guest.
Hello everyone, my name is Desmond Dilworth. It's great to be here.
I heard you've been spending a lot of time at your auntie house. How's the couch life?
Got my woman and my baby living there. It's hard, man. But you know, everybody can't do what you do.
Really, what I do getting played out, Dre. Where the money at?
Why you gotta be so ruthless, cuz?
I'll make a few changes.
Where you think you going?
I'm just trying to get home.
That's my son. You need to get back in the house or I will ruin your night.
You gotta talk to my moms like that.
You had to change the situation. Would you take it?
Just hit that first beat hard, all right? You cruising down the street.
All right. Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Hey, that was dope, eh?
You're listening to Compton's very own Ice Cube, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre. I gotta tell you, you are witnessing history.
People are scared of you guys. You have a unique voice. The world needs to hear it.
They want NWA? Let's give them NWA.
This is only the tip of the iceberg, gentlemen. What's going on? What do you have in that bag?
Are you kidding me?
You can't take that in the bus.
When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Switch the trigger, your body's all hauled off.
This song's glamorized gangs and drugs.
Our art is a reflection of our reality.
You guys supposed to be somewhere?
These are artists. Rap is not an art.
You cannot come down here and harass my clients because of what they look like.
I promise you, things gonna be different from here on out.
Listen, to be honest with you, I don't know anything about hip-hop, but I know that you're special.
You want to be involved with this gangster life?
Here we go.
Speak a little truth and people lose their mind.
This isn't the Crips and Bloods. This is a threat from the federal government.
They trying to tell us what we can't play. This is NWA. Yo, Dre.
What up?
I got something to say.
We can keep going, man. We can take over the goddamn world.
Get a little dust of wind and I'm dead. Believe a memory, no one will be forgetting. So as I leave, believe I'm starving. But when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
You know, this movie, it got a lot of attention. Like, even from the first trailer, it was like hardcore, R-rated, just looking at like this very controversial group from, you know, semi-recent history. And, you know, people really built it up. A lot of people were really looking forward to it. I see when it came out, you know, even like the whole Oscar So White thing, this was a movie that got brought up a lot, you know, for why, you know, there were movies that should have been, you know, nominated.
Right.
And I see a lot of why people liked it, but personally, it didn't really, you know, work for me. I thought that it kind of diverged too much from history. You know, the actual members of NWA were involved with it, you know, and so they kind of made themselves look good. The acting was, for, you know, some people pretty good. You know, Ice Cube got his son up in there. I don't know if that was really the best decision. He looked like him, certainly, but I don't quite know if that's the casting choice that should have been made. You know?
Well, personally, I feel the casting was great, was phenomenal. The fact that Ice Cube actually casted his own son to play him, I think he did an absolutely fantastic job. It really allowed the viewers to go back to that moment in time and to be able to connect with it in a way that they probably wouldn't have if they would have done it years prior. All around great film. All
right, I see what you're saying. I still had some problems with it, of course. Like, really my biggest problem with it, I probably would be a bit more positive on the movie if but not even halfway through, just last third, like once Eazy-E starts, you kind of like, oh, something's up with him, it kind of just falls apart. Like they start dealing with things like before them, like they're making themselves look like heroes, but they don't have much time. They can't go into all of that, they don't have the time to deal with all that. But then they start dealing with all this kind of stuff that's barely even involved with it. The third part of the movie loses its momentum. I start getting bored. I think I might have fallen asleep at some point.
And you stated that it kind of made them seem as heroes. So a lot of people in that time, they were heroes because they chose to speak up at a time where people were afraid to speak up. And so it really gave the people a voice to speak up. And now that we can actually go back and look at the things that they contributed to, I would say, the African American society as well as any other minorities, to actually speak up for themselves and to make themselves known.
All right, so this was a movie that was really brought up during the whole Oscars So White controversy, because a lot of people, and I agree, some of the acting in this movie was really great. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the great acting came from Howard, from the white guy. I think he might have been the best one, and I don't know if that helps.
After watching the film, truly I can say the guy that was casted to play Dr. Dre, I really felt like he did an outstanding job, as well as Ice Cube's son. I really felt like he depicted what Ice Cube really looked like and acted like during that time period. Now, you stated about the Oscars. Well, we've all known that the Oscars, they really don't show, I would say, favoritism or put out there for the minorities.
The part of the Straight Outta Compton that got nominated was the writing for it, which was written by white people. I wouldn't call myself an Oscar apologist by any means, but I do feel that on a lot of levels it is kind of, there aren't enough minority movies. I feel like it's a larger problem, and that it's the Oscars not acknowledging that there aren't enough, because there's not enough for them to really choose from. And I feel like the writing deserved it, maybe even probably more than the acting, I think, because the acting, I think, kind of picked up and fell down in some parts.
I really feel like the writing was well done. But like Ice Cube stated in previous interviews, only you can tell your own story. And they took his story, and Hollywood always Hollywoods up the movie. I really feel like they told the story, but if you watch other documentaries following the NWA era, you can really see that the way that they depicted it might not necessarily have been exactly how it took place, but I really feel like it gave the people of you who didn't live through that time period. Really, I'm just gonna put this out there. It's up to us to put ourselves out there and on the forefront. It's up to us.
I don't know if Straight Outta Compton was the movie to get us to the Oscars, but I think it did the best it could. And I don't know if that was good enough. Personally, I don't feel like it, but it definitely did the best it could.